A professional organist was supposed to come to the service today. Again, second time now. Nowhere to be found. So I might just have to take a couple classes and learn that baby myself. So, hello, welcome to Carol Kicklighter's TV Funerals. I'm Carol Kicklighter, funeral director. We are here today to celebrate the life and mourn the loss of Summer Clevenger. I never knew Summer, but in preparing for the service today, I've heard a little bit about her. I've seen some photos. I've seen her. And it really does seem like she was a lively spirit, good friend, and I think she will be missed. It's good today to see so many of her friends. Ooh, okay, we've got a little light in here because I know it's a dark time, but I think we'll learn that there's still a little light. But yes, it seems as though Summer was a good friend, and I think we'll see that in spades as we hear from her friends. So if anyone would like to come up to the stand and speak and share a memory, share a laugh, say goodbye, anyone can come up here at the moment right now. Don't be shy. Anyone? Hello.
Sorry I'm late. My ball sack hurts. Brian Sella once said, I will remember that summer as the summer I was taking steroids. I will remember this summer as the summer who smoked a lot, complained, and watched The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Thank you. Television brightens our lives. I've said it before, and I think it's true. Anyone else who'd like to come up and speak? Anyone? Oh. Okay, someone has to come up. Yes, of course. Thank you. That's the point of the show, folks.
Hello, I am summer stylist, Rachel. I have prepared a short poem joke for tonight. Hopefully you can relate. Roses are red. Violets are blue. If you made her mad, summer would get violent towards you. Now, I'm gonna touch up her lip gloss and I'm gonna cry.
No, please, if we could just not... I'm gonna let this one pass, but for everyone else, if we could please refrain from touching the deceased. Please.
She's never looked better.
You know, people can look so beautiful in death, I've found, because their body is no longer producing the oils and other various things that we do during our life. Your body... Yeah. So thank you. That was a very touching...
You're welcome.
Tribute. I think it's great to express grief through art, through poem, through song. I think that's a very powerful means of expression. Thank you. Anyone else who'd like to come and speak to or about Summer?
She's dead.
She is dead. Anyone else? Don't be shy.
I've been trying to figure out all day what I can say at this funeral. And I couldn't think of anything. I really couldn't. And I was frustrated because Summer always liked it when I would tell stories, especially when they were about her. But there would always come a point in the story where I'd say, babe, you take it from here. You tell it best. And then that's when I realized the really sad irony of this day is that no one would eulogize Summer better than Summer. I mean, we all know that's true. So, in terms of how the hell I can pay tribute to someone so impossibly important to me, someone who I was looking forward to spending the rest of my life with, and for the last time in a platonic way, I think the best thing I can do is speak in her words. There's a really long impression that I do of her that she'd always ask me to do for people, and sometimes I wouldn't, but I think she'd want me to now. To give you a little context, this is an impression of sometimes, I'd sleep over at Summer's house, and she'd wake up and she would have been gone and come back, and I'd still be sleeping. And the impression is like this. So I'd be asleep, and she'd wake me up. She'd go, babe, 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 and I'd be like, and she'd go, you'll never guess just what the fuck happened to me just then. And I'd say, huh? And she'd be like, are you even fucking listening to me? I'd be like, yeah. And she'd say, okay, so this morning, so first I woke up and I was like, I'm not getting up right now. And then I like went back to bed and I was like, oh my God, what, I'm just getting my life started. I don't even care. And so I got up and you were still snoring so loud. And I was just like, fuck, I can't do it anymore. So I just got up and babe, I got up. I went to the bathroom. I brushed. I flossed. And then I took a shower, a hot one, with my Lush scrubs, all of them. And then I dried off, and I got makeup on my towel. Why is there always makeup on my towel? But then, so I went outside, and I walked downstairs, and I went to Starbucks, and I walk in, and of course there's a fucking line. What did I do in a former life to deserve this? I don't know, but there was a line. And so I get on the Starbucks line, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, ugh. And then, so this is, babe, are you even listening to me anymore? Yeah, honey, of course I'm listening to you. Yeah. And she'd say, okay. So then, I get up to the front of the Starbucks desk. And you'll never guess what she said to me. And I'd be like, what? And she'd say, good morning. Excuse me? Good morning? Bad morning, fuck you! And I'd say, babe, that was a really incredible story, I'm glad you told me that. That's my impression of Summer. Summer, this is my impression's over. Summer, you were and you still are my best friend. You made me a better person. You made me understand what being a friend is. And you always used to say how amazing it is that we've only known each other for a couple years because it felt like we've known each other forever. Well, forever isn't long enough, Summer. I'm going to wrap up here because I know how much you love minimalism. Summer, I love you, I miss you, and I hope they let you wear black in heaven.
Thank you. It sounds as though Summer had a razor-sharp wit. Obviously, we all know that the struggles of life are numerous, but it does help when someone can lighten our burden by lifting it up with laughter. I'm sorry for all of you that you don't have that from her anymore. But hopefully we can all still laugh a little together, remembering her. Whoever would like to speak next? Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I don't have much to say, but I thought for a while about maybe if there was a particular story that would sort of highlight the friendship Summer and I had, and there was nothing could quite do it justice. No one moment. So I don't really have much for you, but I have one anecdote, one sort of a metaphor, if you will, that Summer is a lot like one lone Marlboro 27, because like Summer and cigarettes are both really cool, and the thing is, when a cigarette is all done, the best part might not be there, you know? All the nicotine is gone, you know? The life has left the body. But we remember those cigarettes by the butt. And when we look at a butt, it reminds us that at one time that was a full cigarette, and it was a lot of fun while it lasted. And now we just sort of have these fossils, if you will. These that, like, when you leave them on the ground, they kind of look like big puffy, like marshmallow things, because when they like explode or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? So, thanks. Sort of the way, that's just the way life works, I guess. We have things to remind, things that will remind us of Summer in the coming months and in the coming years, and it won't get any easier, but we will. The memories we will remember more fondlier as time goes on. So I just ask that the next time you smoke a 27, perhaps think of this and really enjoy those first couple drags, because it's going to be a butt eventually. So, thanks. That's all I got.
Thank you. I don't have much to say to that. Stumped old Carol. A couple more. Anyone else who'd like to come up and speak? Just a couple more. Anyone? Yes. Thank you.
I guess we weren't cool for the summer.
Okay.
Why never?
Anyone else?
God bless you.
Bless you. Bless you. It's okay to, if you have to sneeze, if you have to cough, it's okay to do that here. It's a contaminated area with the dead body and everything. It's very, don't worry. Yeah, anyone who'd like to speak? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, come up together. That's okay here.
So when I came home to the apartment the other day, I was shocked to not see Summer there, but I figured she was at the Moore store. And then 4 days had passed, and I was like, shit, she picked up a lot of shifts. And I realized, I got the phone call, and that just, it's okay. I just realized that wasn't the case, and I really regret not being able to say goodbye, and also that we didn't go over her will, but I know she would want me to take all of her crew necks and all of her Calvin Kleins, so I hope she's cool with that. Anyway, we've had some good times, we've had some bad times. Feels like we've known each other for 20 years, but it's only been like 3, and 2.5, 3. They've been some of the best times of my life, and every time I put on a pair of Calvin Kleins, I will feel her coursing through my veins, and our loving friendship forever. Miss you, Summer.
An invisible wall is exists around the deceased. Thank you.
So now that's allowed?
No, it's not allowed. I could get in a lot of trouble if the censors saw people tampering with a deceased body on television. So please, it's it's not easy to see friends talk about friends that they've lost. So thank you. It's very brave of you to share. Okay, just ignore Carol Kicklighter, sure. Just ignore it. Does anyone else, anyone... Does anyone else at all have any words to say? We're nearing the end now of our service. Does anyone want to come up and speak? Yes.
Hi, hello. Can you hold that for me?
Yes, of course.
I just want to say that I love Summer so dearly. I've had such a rewarding friendship with her. In the few years that I've known her, she left behind this beautiful baby, which I'm now the caretaker for. Fair Trade Coffee Honduran, my goddaughter. Additionally, I think that one thing that we don't remember enough about Summer is her rock band career. She made a lot of progress. She moved so far, and I want to say that we should remember her not only as a mother, as a friend, as a lover, as a fighter, as a politic enthusiast, but also as a medium rock band drummer.
Thank you. It's good to have hobbies while we are still alive to enjoy them, certainly. Does anyone else have anything to say before we have some closing remarks? Yes.
I just thought of something, because I was sitting here, I was thinking Summer would think falling is a really not a very cool way to die. I think she would probably like to, at least not where she did. I'm sure she'd want to fall into like a Gap store. But I just, I thought I should say this, Summer, think about it this way. Summer always turns to fall.
Oh.
Profound. Thank you. So if no one else has anything to say.
I'd like to say something.
Yes, of course.
As I lay next to my dear friend's face, I would just like to remind everyone how much she loved musical theater. So if we
That's
could
not
all,
true.
if we could all, shh, she's dead. I can remember her the way that I want. If we could all join in a rendition of Seasons of Love. 5, 6, 7, 8. 525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments so deep.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. If I could get some okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so thank you. We very emotional. Very emotional. I know. Thank you. Thank you. So I would like to close this funeral with some things that I've been thinking about now that I have this funeral show, and this is the second funeral we've done, and I'd just like to share a story. It's a folk tale. The story goes that there was once a woman who lived in a small village, and one evening she was sitting with some people in this village, and they spoke of an old woman who lived on the mountain.
Oh.
And it was said that this woman on the mountain could tell you the precise day that you would die. Now, the young woman decided that she wanted to go see what this was about. So she climbed the mountain and she went into this cave, and she spoke to the old woman. And the old woman, being an old woman who lived alone in a cave, was quite rude. So she was eating this sort of rabbit stew while she was speaking. And she said, "You will die on Thursday the," and then she choked on a rabbit bone and she died right there. Which of course left the young woman rather terrified and confused. And for that full week she lived in fear, thinking she was of course going to die on that Thursday. But when that Thursday passed and turned into the next day, she was no less afraid, for she figured, well, this must mean that I will die the next Thursday. She did not, and so on and so forth. And eventually she grew older, and she had a family, and she stopped thinking of this death and stopped worrying on Thursdays, chalking off the old woman to perhaps a little more than a coot, a rabbit-eating, cave-dwelling, crazy person. Then the old woman now reached the age of 100 years old, and she was walking with her granddaughter, and she was hit by a boulder. And she was laying in the ground after being hit by this boulder, and the granddaughter was crying and upset, and she said, "No, you're so old. I've known you my whole life. I can't even comprehend the idea that you're going to die. I can't imagine. For you, you've been alive for 100 years. How can you comprehend that you were going to die?" And she said, "Well, no, of course I'm going to die. It's Thursday." And she died. And I've been thinking of that folktale because I think perhaps that is how we all live our lives. It is as though we know that Thursday we are going to die, but we don't know when that Thursday will come until it does. But for me, I don't really get to not think about dying because I do this TV show and I look at these dead bodies and I hear all of you come in and talk about your friends who died. And I know it's going to happen to all of you are going to be in this spot eventually. So I guess Thursday's a-coming.
I know.
On Carol Kicklighter's TV funerals. I don't really know where I was going with that. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Summer. Goodbye. I think we can all agree. Goodbye, Summer.
Bye, Summer.
We'll miss you. Okay. Next week I'll see you on Carol Kicklighter's TV funerals. Bye. Bye, Summer.